muster, culminating in the trade of the star pass rusher. In that wake, the Cowboys try to turn the page. Dak Prescott was asked if Sunday's game will bring closure to this saga. Take a listen.
You got to ask Jerry and Micah. To me, the closure happened when the trade happened. As I said, to me now it'll just be fun to play against a friend, a great competitor, somebody who I know wants to sack me. So it'll be fun. That's up to those guys.
Nice and loose. Everybody's having fun. Seems like they're ready.
Yeah, it's easy to do on a Friday.
Week.
Thursday, Friday. Let's see how he's looking Sunday night.
Is this game?
Let's see that then.
Do you see the game bringing closure?
I don't. Closure is not the word that comes to my mind. And he's right when he says we have no choice. I mean, it is what it is. You know what the situation is. But at some point in life, you reflect on what might have been. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys, don't tell me you're not going to do that if Micah Parsons continues to be the stud that we know him to be, and if Green Bay ends up enjoying a level of success we anticipate. What if Green Bay goes out there and wins the Super Bowl championship this year? What if Micah Parsons is a monster while en route to them pulling that off? You can't tell me that as a member of the Dallas Cowboys, you're not going to look at that and think about what might have been. And I think that if you're Dak Prescott, it should resonate even more fiercely. You can't get everything you want, I understand that. But when you're the face, when you're the highest paid dude, you got to speak up. And listen, I troll the Cowboy fans, but it's all in fun. It really, really is. I take pictures with these folks. I let them troll me. I go to restaurants when I'm in Dallas. I take the, it's all fun. It really, really is. And I know that Dak Prescott can ball. Dak Prescott is not a scrub. The brother can ball and whatever. But I swear to you, one of the things that I'm very serious and not playing about is that it's one thing to say the right things. Sometimes, you know what, it ain't about that. Sometimes it's about making sure your voice is heard, even if the outcome isn't what you want. And I would have liked to have seen him speak up more before Micah Parsons ended up departing, to make sure you're the highest paid guy, you're the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. I would have liked to have seen him in front of the camera one time, looking into the camera. Jerry, we don't need to lose this brother. Jerry, this man is that valuable to us. I would have liked to have seen that. It's not a crime that I didn't see it, but I would have liked to have seen it.
Dak Prescott is the only adult in leadership in Dallas.
Okay.
This isn't going to bring closure because Jerry Jones doesn't want closure. You know what Jerry Jones wants every time Micah Parsons plays against Jerry Jones? For us to talk about the fact that the Dallas Cowboys have to play Micah Parsons again. And there's a saying, right? That comparison is the thief of joy. It's also the giver of joy when the person you want to see doing bad is doing bad. This ain't gonna ever be over for Micah Parsons. If Micah Parsons wins a Defensive Player of the Year, that's on Dallas. He's gonna say something about Dallas. We're gonna say something about Dallas. If Micah Parsons is holding the Lombardi Trophy at the end of any season and he's a big factor in it, we're going to talk about Dallas. Micah Parsons is forever connected to Dallas. And for Dak, there's closure because Dak got his money. Dak was the highest paid quarterback in the league when he signed his deal. Dak was a guy that played on the franchise tag. Dak had no reason to speak out and say we want Micah because Dak knows who Micah was dealing with. Jerry Jones would rather be right in his own mind than win football games. Jerry Jones would rather be talked about than win football games. It is no secret to why this team hasn't won a Super Bowl. It's because its owner has made bad decisions about who they retain, how they retain them. Will McClay is responsible for drafting Micah Parsons. Jerry Jones is responsible for letting Micah Parsons go. There will be no closure on this until that man gets a gold jacket. And even then, Stephen A., Joe, RC are going to bring up the Dallas Cowboys because they were smart when they drafted him, but they was dumb when they let him go.
Let me tell you something. Nobody's in a position to disagree with what you just said. And I got love for Jerry Jones, but you're right because it's one bad move after another, and I think that letting go of Micah Parsons was a horrific move. And thinking that 2 late first-round picks and Kenny Clark is going to cut it is just even more ridiculous. Having said that, I'm still going to harken back to Dak Prescott because this ain't boxing, this ain't the UFC, this ain't tennis, this ain't golf. I know that it takes a team to prepare you to be elite, but in the end, you the one that's got to be in the ring. Floyd Money Mayweather used to tell me that all the time. I'm the one that's got to be in that square, sir. I'm the one that's got to be up in there, okay? They ain't getting hit, it's me. I got it. Dak Prescott, anybody that needs a team, when you know you need a team to win, and such a valuable component to that team, such a pivotal component to that team is on the verge of departing, you gotta speak up.
So tell me this.
You gotta
tell me
speak up.
this. In Dallas, when has there been a player's voice that we've counted on for information? A player's voice that we've counted on that we've counted on for direction in that team. And you could think back. You could think back. When? But even when it was Michael Irvin, it was fun and they were winning and it was excitement and he was one of those.
When they were losing,
Right,
Michael Irvin, you knew where he stood and how he felt.
Right, you knew where he stood, but
From a long time ago,
Here's the
too.
thing, though. Since then, Jerry's changed, right? Like you think back to the protests, right? Think back to the protests. There was no players in Dallas that stood up.
Yeah.
There were no players in Dallas that said, no, we aren't going to do this, or no, we are going to stay in this way.
Right.
Why? Because Jerry Jones said the way this thing going to happen in my locker room is going to happen the way I want it to happen.
He did say that, but that doesn't mean you have to capitulate to it, particularly when you got a guaranteed contract and you're the face and the star of the team. Like, again, I'm not saying just anybody. I didn't sit up there and say just anybody should come out there. I'm talking about Dak Prescott here. I'm talking about who's got his contract. You don't have to be worried. You don't have to worry about being shipped out. You could have looked Jerry Jones in the face. You could have looked into the face of the cameras. We do not need to lose Micah Parsons. I don't give a damn what we got to do. Joe Burrow came on national television and said, we need Jamar Chase. We need T. Higgins. We need Trey Hendrickson. Now, you might not have gotten all three, but we knew for sure Jamar Chase wasn't going nowhere. We knew that was the one person that wasn't going anywhere because Joe Burrow wasn't having it.
But Joe Burrow's dealing with the Browns. He ain't dealing with the Joneses.
I understand that.
It's just different. Joe Burrow is more important than anybody in that building.
Right.
No football player is more important than Jerry Jones in the building in Dallas.
And I'm saying it's partially that way, yes, mostly because of Jerry, but partially because you're a player, you're a star, you allow it. And I'm saying to you, listen, I'm just going to put myself on Front Street. If I'm the star quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys and Micah Parsons is my teammate and all of these stories are like, yo, he's getting up out of here. Nah, Jerry. Yo, Jerry, we got to talk. Yo, y'all, I see y'all later. We got to talk.
The one player that had a voice and that was gaining his own voice and his own brand is now in Green Bay. He was the only one we ever listened to from him.
You want to talk about closure?
Dak more so than Jerry.
Yeah.
My point.
Boston didn't get closure on that Babe Ruth trade for 86 years. If Dallas wants any sort of closure, you're going to have to go out and win something.
I ain't going to compare Micah to Babe Ruth. I ain't going to go that far.
He's on a track, though. All right, we got some big games this weekend.